This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and I hope everyone's having a good week. And this story comes from Liverpool Crown Court, and I think it's really important. I've got a lot of news to get through today, so I'm going to try to cover this story as quickly as possible. But at the same time, there's a lot to highlight in it as well. A court has described an ex-girlfriend as poisonous and said that she sent herself fake messages and threats from fake Instagram accounts in order to get an innocent man locked up. Courtney Ainsworth created 30 fake profiles and told police that her former partner, Louis Jolly, was behind the vile messages. The teenager was described as cunning, and it's been reported she sent herself threats saying that she would stab her and warning that she's going to get a blade in her chest. She made a total of 10 police statements saying that Mr. Jolly was harassing her and her family, and this led to him being arrested 6 times and spending 81 hours in police custody, and this also included being remanded. He was charged with assault and stalking, and he was hit with a stalking protection order, and he was bailed with a home curfew and an electric tag, and he even lost his job as well. So this goes to show how one lie can lead to somebody's life being torn apart. The judge said you created an entirely fictional web of lies, and it went on for over 5 months. Mr. Jolly, aged 22 years old, said they were together for 2 years but split up on okay terms in October 2019. This was before Courtney started to see a new boyfriend, a man called Declan Rice, and I'm assuming that isn't the footballer. Liverpool Crown Court heard that Courtney, who is 20 years old, deliberately used these messages to try to get him sent to prison. The prosecution said she made numerous calls to police from July the 15th to December the 13th, 2020, and she provided screenshots of messages and names of Instagram accounts that she said she was the victim of. The court heard that Courtney alleged that Mr. Jolly had called her from withheld numbers, stalked her friends and her new partner, filmed her walking down the street and sent her the video, verbally and physically abused her, made false claims that she was using drugs, and smashed items in her home and put a brick through her nan's window. The judge even said after he was arrested, the stalking got worse, and you provided images of damage to the property, and you yourself had caused this, and you even took a picture of a Stanley knife to say you was going to cut your chest. Detectives made a request from Facebook for the data in relation to the threats. Facebook is owned by Instagram, and they said that the data took a long time to be able to be released by the police. And during that time, Mr. Jolly was hit with an interim stalking order on the 4th of December. He was bailed for 6 weeks and electronically tagged to his house from 7 PM to 7 AM. She even went on to accuse him of breaching the order while he was on tag, and he'd been arrested for nothing. When the police received the data from Facebook, it showed that 17 Instagram accounts had been created using Courtney's email address and also IP address that was connected to her home and also mobile phone. She was arrested and interviewed on December the 12th, 2020, and she confessed before the CPS discontinued the stalking and assault allegations against her ex-boyfriend, Mr. Jolly. She attempted to minimise what she had done in the interview, but she eventually admitted it. She stated that her ex-boyfriend Mr. Jolly was hassling her, but in order to make the police believe her, she sent false messages so that they would take it serious. Courtney had no previous convictions and admitted perverting the course of justice. In her pre-sentence report, she was blaming the victim, but she has now abandoned those allegations. The defence solicitor said that his client was 19 at the time and she was immature and diagnosed with suffering from post-traumatic stress. A psychiatrist who assessed her said that in the context of mental health and difficulties that she was in, she found it hard to manage intimate personal relationships. They also said that she had PTSD from severe trauma when Courtney was a child, and a probation officer stated that it affected her decision making. They went on to say that she couldn't cope with the breakdown of the relationship, and she dealt with this in a very bad way. The lawyer said that the defendant was extremely vulnerable during the time of this criminality and tried to take her own life on Christmas Day 2020. Courtney worked at DHL, a supply chain, and was very respected as a member of the team. She was also loved and respected by her family and friends, and he suggested that her personal attitude amounted to exceptional circumstances, and the judge should spare her jail. He finished by saying the defendant and her family were truly sorry that this occurred, and the recorder in the courtroom said that going to be sent to prison, and she cried in the dock. All of your allegations were untrue, the judge said, and absolutely shattered the life of the victim. He has become a shell of a man that he used to be, and in my judgment, your boyfriend Declan Rice and your mother were involved in making these statements, and also involved in your dishonesty. You made a catalogue of allegations against your ex-boyfriend that was very serious and got him into a lot of trouble and resulted in him going to prison. But a lot of thought and planning went into this criminal enterprise, and it has the hallmarks of sophistication. Even after you were arrested and charged, you tried to make derogatory statements against your ex-boyfriend and accuse him of more offences. In the pre-sentence report, you admitted that you yourself had made the 30 fake Instagram accounts, and you said you wanted to hurt Mr. Jolly but didn't want to see him go to prison. For 5 months, you wasted police time and there is untold damage to the victim. The judge locked her up for 10 months and gave her a 10-year restraining order against her ex-boyfriend and said that I'm so sorry that the Jolly family went through what they did at your hands. So this story definitely highlights the dangers that can come from just a simple lie. This woman has made it so much harder for so many other women who are truly victims of sexual assaults or violence to come forward and also be believed as well. Thankfully, this is very rare, and I do truly believe that is the case. But at the same time, it doesn't take away from the fact of the damage that this can do. So really appreciate you joining me today, and I hope that somebody takes something from this story to be able to make better decisions in your life as well. And I wish all the best for Mr. Jolly in the future, and I hope he can build his life back up and get on with it. So really appreciate you joining me today. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Please don't forget to follow me online as well at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok and Twitter. Peace.